we get ready to jump in, figure out where our first round is going to take place. Looks like it will, in fact, be Night Market. So here we go, getting ready to dive in.
Very rainy.
Maybe literally dive in here.
Yeah, could
with
be.
The potential Winstons coming out. Go ahead and get that UI popped up on screen here momentarily, and we can see what both of these squads are going to be playing with.
Very rainy in Lijiang.
Show me the comp. There we
would be snowy otherwise.
Okay, Z-Bag is just going to be starting on Reinhardt.
Yeah. So that's the answer to the question we had. At least for now, seems to be that they... I mean, this is a tough one to play Winston on, but seems to be they think that he is actually the better Reinhardt on the day. We'll see after the map completes.
All right, well, Hoon going to be pushing his way in first. Apache going to get dropped. His face comes up with the kill. As well going to be falling. Z-Bag coming out with that one, and now Modern. No Reinhardt to play up into the front line, and this is going to be Meta Athena getting absolutely slaughtered by StormQuake off the first volley.
Yeah, and the big issue here, especially for Meta Athena, is that they did it off of killing Apache. FaZe got that opening kill. We talk about his accuracy on the D.Va. Getting those headshots, getting those rocket missiles in, means that, you know, it's a really delayed respawn here for Meta Athena. He does get a huge right click to get his ult charge back and caught up. That's important.
FaZe getting closer and closer to this self-destruct, 15% away here at the moment. Meta Athena trying to find their way in. StormQuake kind of pushing their way backward here. Bomb going to be dropped. Throws it in a bit deep, not going to be able to find any pickoffs. Disrupts them here for the moment. Rest of the team going to be pushing forward. Z-Bag finding the kill with that Earth Shatter, taking down the enemy break. The fire strike's going to be good. Gets the hit there on the named. Clean up as proper pop soon out of the mech. Amy will claim the kill. StormQuake do manage to hold.
Yep, they hold this. They keep the grab. So for Meta Athena, it's going to be a matter of trying to use support ultimates to get onto the point. Z-Bag's just looking for a fire strike here, get some ult charge, then back away. Actually, steps away early. Doesn't want to risk anything. This is a really good position actually for Meta Athena to take a fight. Rallies out now as StormQuake kites back.
Yeah, working their way up. That's going to be the Gravcon Surge coming down. Transcendence in from Apache. Modern just kind of around that corner, but does manage to top him back up. Answering France out from Lastro. Shatter coming down. Modern locks up a few with the sound barrier from Amy. Is absolutely perfect. Responding Shatter from Z-Bag. Even better, but yet again, sound barriers helping to save some lives or at least elongate them. Modern Magugwa yet again will get dropped. Innovation now, Hoon dead. StormQuake looking quite good now at 75% on the board. Meta Athena, limited resources, really just a self-destruct online to try to get this flip.
Yeah, this is, I mean, basically impossible. Especially with Rally online for Solgan now. Finishes that off with a burst heal. Like, there's just no way you win this fight without a big kill with the self-destruct.
Well, the bomb's going to be coming down. The shields are out. Modern going to get dropped off the bat. And again, looking very strong. They push forward. They get the break. They break that foundation, and that might just be it. 98% up to 100. No one can tag it. No one can flip it. A very clean round on Night Market by StormQuake.
And, I mean, FaZe gets that opening kill, right? Gets them the first cap, but Z-Bag, I mean, he looks confident. He looks happy here. He had a great round there.
Yeah. Building
really fast Earth Shatters, finding that angle. Two big ones there. And, I mean, that's all it takes to 100-0 on Lijiang. And we had questions about, you know, would he even be playing the Reinhardt? But it turns out that he's performing better than Kaiser did last week. We've only seen one round, but
yeah. Let's see how it continues.
Yeah.
But it is very good so far, especially considering that he's over onto the Reinhardt, which has not really been his forte in the past. But here we go. Gardens now to kick us off. This is where Recry would play Pharah if he was in the game. And
yep.
It was a different meta.
And this is also the best map for Winston. We're not seeing it, or the best map of these Lijiangs.
Yeah. Not gonna happen. Still just gonna be Ryan for Ryan. November's gonna be going low here, pitching around the corner, trying to find some damage into the monster Z-Bag. Z-Bag monster rather flip that one around. Modern gonna get dropped first. Z-Bag will now fall. Exchange on the Reinhardt's when Hoon popped out of the mech. Gen going down proper now. Amy only gonna be FaZe in last row, and FaZe he's going straight off the side of the map. That'll be a fight won by Meta Athena, the first one in the series so far. They will get the first cap.
This is also, unfortunately for Meta Athena, the worst map to have defender's advantage because there's two different approach angles, and it's actually really hard to control both, like the left side or the right, and then you can obviously go through the center with highly mobile heroes. They don't have that many, they only have the D.Va. They see it, they scout it out. They don't have enough ult charge to actually stop this push. This is the best chance StormQuake's gonna have of an early flip.
Right-clicking away, Innovation getting closer and closer to that Graviton Surge proper, still going to be about 25% behind him. A little more to go. Armor is out, Sujen popping up Lastro and Amy, hoping to give them some sustainability. Z-Bag goes forward, not going to get punished for that one. Transcendence out from Lastro, however. Top him up, Apache matching. Graviton Surge will come down, locking up all 6 members, I do believe. They are all going to get popped. FaZe knocked out of the mech. They can just go ahead and stagger the baby Neither for a little bit longer.
We sang FaZe's praises last game, but he was out of position there. If you're going to use the Transcendence as Lastro did that early in the fight, you're asking to get grabbed. If he's standing in the middle there, Innovation can't just lob that in because there's going to be the fear of the defense matrix absorbing it. But because he was being aggressive and was on the other side of Meta Athena, it was super easy for Innovation to just press Q and hold the point.
Well, Shatter up for Modern. Z-Bag on the way, now has it online. Slams it down,
Nice
shield
block.
comes up. I think he might have caught a few in the back. Yeah, he does. Barrier coming up, however, not going to be denying away that self-destruct, so nothing to be found. Graviton Surge coming out from proper, locking them in. Modern Magugwa now going to be falling. FaZe will get traded out of the mech, but Innovation is gone, and this should be the clean sweep pickup here from StormQuake as they look for the flip. 90% just about now, maybe even 91 or 2. Will hit the board as they finally get rid of the remaining members of Meta Athena. A very long time to get this flip coming through, but StormQuake, they have a couple ultimates to work with. Nearly a Transcendence online from Lastro.
And that's the most important one. The sound barrier here too is going to be the secondary tool they can use to, win this fight and then build Proper's next Graviton Surge. Meta Athena needs to be careful about overcommitting ultimates here. Baiting out those support ultimates is the main goal here. If they can get a pick, it would be nice, but again, not necessary.
Oh, Proper taking a lot of damage there in the front. Sujen going to be bumping him up, giving him some armor. Shatter coming down, catches one. Modern going to be moved way back to the side. Transcendence comes down from Apache, escorting them in onto the point last round. Now going to be matching. Graviton Surge now going to be used. Locks them up, the Shatter comes down. Buys him a little bit of time. Struck into the front, the bomb will find the pop there on the Proper, takes him out, but Lastro just got a double kill, getting rid of both supports, now follows up for the third. But good one, it's taken down, and StormQuake look fantastic on the defense.
Meta Athena used every ultimate that they will now not have for the rest of this round. I think this was way an overcommitment in terms of ult economy there. They could have used this push instead to use support ultimates to gain the rest of their ults. They come back with 6 or at least 5, minus the one that support ult they used. But they used everything, and now StormQuake is a massive advantage.
The Proper grab going to be online. He's exactly where Hoon's at. Waits for an opportunity to get a setup. Still some time here for Meta Athena. One flip on a one-team fight likely wins them this round and extends us to a third and final. Building up armor, Proper gonna get stunned up, grab, thrown down right here into the gateway. Sound barriers, out bombs, good. FaZe comes up with a double kill in the backup, Modern dying. A triple really as Hoon gets popped out of the mech and taken down.
Had they saved their Transcendence in the last fight, they could have used it to counter that, then they'd have their follow-up grab. They have nothing.
No name, trying to buy some time, trying to heal himself up. OT might not even be forced. Yeah, okay, just got in there barely. But don't think anybody else is going to be able to arrive. So very close round overall, but once StormQuake gained control, they did not relinquish it.
Yeah, that was really well played by Meta Athena to the start, but once they got control, as you say, Meta Athena decided to go all in on their first push when they were at 25%, right? When StormQuake was just getting a fourth of the way to winning the map 2-0. That's when they panicked, that's when they committed all their ultimates. Instead of playing safe, instead of using the ult advantage they had, furthering that and getting a flip back to bring us to a third point, bring us to control tower. Didn't happen, but it's just map 1. I think the biggest takeaway is Z-Bag looks really good tonight on a hero he's historically never really played at the highest level.
Yeah.
So that's just a complete turnaround. I mean, going into the season, you would have never thought he'd be starting over Kaiser anyways. And now, the first time he did, he played basically only the Winston on Achilios. Now he's starting over Kaiser and playing only Reinhardt and absolutely delivering. So expectations turned on its head in that regard. Very reminiscent of when Kaiser was, on the bench for most of Season 2 of Apex when everyone thought he'd return. It's been a while since then, obviously, but if they sub Kaiser in now, it means they had a longer-term plan, and perhaps they really just think Z-Bag's got a great understanding of the map. But with how he's played, if they sub Kaiser in now, I don't think it's based off of the belief that necessarily Kaiser is now much better of a Reinhardt player, right? So we'll have to wait and see.
Well, for the moment, looks like he's going to be at least staying in his chair. But a couple other, I guess, a couple other people dipped. Looks like FaZe maybe had to run to the bathroom or something. I don't really know.
StormQuake's haircut, though, boldest haircut I've seen in Korean esports.
Whose haircut?
The StormQuake coach, the guy right
back
there.
You just said, I heard you just say StormQuake's haircut is, and I was like, is that his like name, and then the team is just named after him? Like, it's like Edward Gaming. Like, I wasn't really sure, but yeah, he's got the nice down the middle part going on there.
Definitely boldest haircut I've seen in Korean esports right there. That is, you know, he pulls it off too, man. He's not,
bold move of having Z-Bag Monster start off as Reinhardt.
Yeah,
and that worked. So, you know.
After he went to the hairdresser, he was like, I could do anything.
We could do anything. But, so that's one map down. StormQuake, they pick up a victory here. I think that's their third map win of the tournament so far.
Yeah.
They picked up one map per series.
That's right.
This is at the start, though. And, you know, it's looking good for them. I think that this finally might be able to be a victory for StormQuake unless Meta Athena can change some things up. And I expect that to happen. Whether or not it's Inocast coming in or Recry, we'll have to wait and see. But might happen eventually.
The new name for StormQuake for the fans is Square, to shorten it.
Square.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right, this wins. Don't show any more signs. Just show this until we're ready.
We got some like paper craft stuff going on here, and it lights up.
The team needs you. Be their shield.
Wow.
So Z-Bag's like, seriously, dude?
You needed a space between the U and B, but otherwise, it's perfect.
Maybe a period after shield as well.
That is great. That's okay. Yeah, that works.
But everything else is perfect. Named
now
fan
we're
here.
just nitpicking.
It says I also named today. Like, maybe referring to the fact that she did another named sign 2 days in a row.
Maybe.
Well, we saw.
I don't know why she had a name sign yesterday. He wasn't here. Or she just wanted to show him. Okay, what is this? It better be good.
It says like I came to see Sungwon, Caster, and Jisoo, Akaros, and then at the bottom it says like it says fighting and stuff, and then at the bottom it says P.S. like please give me your signature afterwards. please sign it afterwards.
Well, maybe he'll get his wish.
I'm sure he will now that he's called the casters out publicly on TV. Like, they can't dodge now.
Yeah, if they dodge it, now they're just jerks. So, seems like there's not going to be any swaps.
Doesn't seem, yeah.
Z-Bag Monster will continue playing. Kaiser will be on the bench for now, which means that we still have Modern. We still have Mugangwa in the mix on the side of Meta Athena. But what is the map going to be? That is the question. Z-Bag showing us that he can play a pretty good Reinhardt. Modern, that's his preferred pick. Is this just going to be Hollywood for Meta Athena?
It could be. I would imagine so.
And okay.
Remember, Meta Athena's historically best map has been Hollywood. They picked it both times they lost on Control. They ended up taking the win over Kongdu Panthera. It was the only map they won on. And in their previous series, I believe they were able to get the tie on Hollywood. So, I mean, they've had a great history of success on that map in particular, but with how Z-Bag is playing today, perhaps they just want to trip him up a little bit and go to Dimbani. But that also allows for Z-Bag to, on an A push, go back to the Winston. So there's a lot to talk about here as we get into the second map.
All right. Well, yeah, big change up. And to confirm, you are correct. It was a tie on Hollywood.
I have perfect memory. You have your notebook that has like it's a history of everything that's ever happened in Korean Overwatch.
Why would I need to
have my brain?
Why do I need to remember things if I have them written down in front of me?
Yeah, that's what I try to tell.
I can pull from it. It's a database.
I tried to use that argument with my math teacher too, man. I was like, well, why would I learn math if I have a calculator? But
and just so you know, if Meta Athena wins this, then it would be the second time that a team has won Control and then lost a series. Every other time, if you win Control, you win.
Yep, that's correct.
So far, Gen G's the only one who hasn't been able to close it out after a victory on Control. But here we go on the defense. Of course, it's going to be StormQuake starting things off. Z-Bag back over on to that Winston, but we have a nice little Pharah in the sky from Proper.
Yeah, so a bit of a
And that's going to be
unique one,
spotted
too.
here, you would expect.
Yeah, look at this too. It's got Lastro on the Ana with this. Yeah, scouted by Hoon. Lastro on the Ana, so long range healing potential there, plus Amy's healing and armor pack from Solgan. So kind of cool. They have the anti-Genji flex with that. Like that's what the Brigade is normally for, but it works well with the Pharah at range.
Well, the shot's going to be coming down. On top of him, wrap around the backhand side. Proper. Not able to really weaken anybody.
I actually like the Moira here for meta Athena. You lose the damage against the Pharah, but you gain heals against, you know, the rockets that don't do as much AoE. So you can actually get up on this high ground without getting picked off. Now the question is, though, can they kill the Pharah now that they're up here?
I mean, I think basically the approach has to be is kill everybody else so that the Pharah has nobody to rely on. Nice right click, actually. Gonna find a connection. A lot of damage coming through onto Apache. He'll be able to drop down. Z-Back gonna get popped first, but Proper comes down. Barrage gonna be online, and he will end up killing himself as the D.Va pushes forward with the mech. Hoon punishing him, and that is going to be meta Athena in onto the point and likely just taking this one here. They do have a couple members hovering around the backside, but do they want to try to contest this the last second? They have to get in onto it.
Proper's coming back. Well, he was switching over to the Hammond. I guess they just decide this isn't going to work.
Well, drop down from FaZe, almost gets popped out of that mech. They do manage to sustain him. Z-Back rejoining in onto the point. Pushing
Nice
forward, looking for Sugen. Will go ahead, take him out with a fire strike back over. You only have that cap, 94.2% going to be built up. Z-Bag does have that Primal Rage ready to go, pushing forward, gets rid of Magungwa. Solgen going to be rezzed back into the fight. Can they actually pull off this hold? Runaway-esque if they can. Z-Bag finds the hit, Innovation going to be gone.
Really smart contest by StormQuake. They knew they had the tools to buy further time. They're about to have a rally as well.
Well, it shifted back down to 2 ticks, so not going to be nearly as close, so they have a little bit more time to work with. Meta Athena have so many ultimates online, they're going to have Innovation coming back in. They need to break Hoon out of that mech, maybe try to force that self-destruct, but sound barrier here from Ning will be delaying that. Z-Bag getting tagged up, Proper still here onto the Pharah, moving away. That's going to be Modern, picked off by that self-destruct from FaZe. Z-Bag will die. An exchange on the main tanks here so far as Proper keeps layering rocket after rocket in from above. Self-destruct will get rid of the Pharah, will knock FaZe out of the mech, and Innovation scoops up the kill onto the baby D.Va. Proper going to be rezzed back through, still getting closer and closer to another barrage. Might just be able to buy them some more time. Either way, the clock draining down considerably here for Meta Athena. Solgen going low, shield bashes away, gets top back up, armor packs coming through, helps save Amy's life, but now desperately needs one for Z-Bag Monster because he's playing up front. Gets the Primal Rage right as he dies. Modern finds the kill. Proper jumped on Barrage, ready to go.
First
top
heal.
back up. Amy keeping him in the fight, healing with the Valkyrie online. He's up into the sky. Hoon going to be hounding him down. The Barrage going to be coming through the defense matrix. Going to be there blocking out the rockets. And Name will claim the kill from the left side. Solgen as well going to be dead. Amy gone. Lastro chunked out. StormQuake. They keep stringing together one after the other, buying more and more time. Z-Bag, does he want to use a Primal? I think you maybe hold it in this situation, but in fact, he will go ahead and pop it. They want this clock down to 0. 36 seconds remaining. Lastro now going to fall. There's no supports remaining. Z-Bag Monster tagged up, lit up. Has to get the heck out of dodge. Will be able to do so, but Meta Athena get the cap on A.
He may just swap over to the Reinhardt now. They have a huge ult disadvantage either way, but I think that using that Primal there to buy that time was absolutely worth it. Super smart contest from the outset from StormQuake. They knew they had the first Nano. They were likely to build a second. The Nano would lead into the Primal. I mean, there was a lot going well for StormQuake there. They even considered running the Hammond, but they knew they thought better of it. They actually swapped Proper back onto the Zarya, knowing, you know what, actually, we can hold this with the Winston alone. Z-Bag does swap over to the Ryan. This is going to be a hard fight for StormQuake, though. No ults.
Graviton Surge coming down. Z-Bag, the first one dead on the approach. One ult efficiency there on that fight. And maybe should have held the rally there.
Yeah, probably. You can't really make an argument for that rally turning the fight. Unless you're really just saying, well, I want a second rally and I want Amy to have this armor. Lastro hopefully keeps it, but not to be.
If the enemy team has no ultimates,
they're going to contest this.
Still going to be going back down to Z-Bag, just going to be dead. No one else is with you. Gets popped. Bomb up into the air, looking for a pick. FaZe not going to be able to find anything, but makes it back into the back momentarily and then gets booped straight back out and killed off. So very fast push here on to B by Meta Athena StormQuake. They need to stabilize. We need to see some more of that point A magic, because right now it's looking pretty grim.
This is a kind of what happens when you, this is the trade-off of contesting so long on A and sticking with a comp so long that you can't build ultimates, because now Meta Athena is just out efficiencying them with this 3-3 that is so meta right now. And I mean, look, they can approach this here around the corner, but Meta Athena just has better tools to fight straight up.
Chasing forward, looking for Z-Bag again. Lastro will start things off with the Transcendence. Proper getting closer and closer to that grab, but the Shatter comes down from Modern, locks him up. 3 kills instantly going over the way of Meta Athena. Clean up a team wipe. 2:25 on the clock as they round the final corner. They still have a self-destruct, a grav, a sound barrier, and a Transcendence. Everything at their disposal. StormQuake, if they could pull off this hold, it would be miraculous.
Certainly would. Z-Bag leading the charge here to come out. The grab's on them.
Yeah, Crawford does lock them in, responding. Grab out from Innovation. The bomb coming through. They get the bash, and Hoon comes up with a double kill. Cleanup time now as Proper Sojen and Last are the only ones remaining. Shatter just to celebrate from Modern. They will go ahead and get across the finish line. What was looking like complete and utter disaster at the beginning turns into a full push here on Nimbani with time left in the bank.
Just another reminder that even if you contest, even if you burn through that time, if they get the free push because they have way more ults than you and they took every better fight than you because of it through the Streets phase, they basically won this map off of 2 team fights in the Streets phase where they crushed using very few ultimates against a squad that had none built. Then they got the free push across. Z-Bag's late swap to the Reinhardt is what bought them that time on A, but what cost them on the Streets phase. So Meta Athena punishing them hard, sticking to their guns with their comp. And that is always going to be the more ult efficient way. That's why it's always so terrible when you have to swap heroes late, no matter what the map type is. Control, Assault, Hybrid. So decent time bank here, 2 minutes nearly on the clock. For StormQuake here though, they can make a record time themselves. They're looking to Sombra Genji dive, and Lastro's holding that on once again. He's really enjoyed playing it, and it cost them a lot on Horizon for those who watched last week, but I do think that if he can become one of the better Anas in this tournament, like it's actually a super high skill hero still, and it can make, you know, a hero like Genji absolutely terrifying, especially when your defending team is not running the goats, you know, when they have squishies that can get dash resets.
Well, let's see if he's going to be sticking through with it. Looks like the answer is going to be yes. If you land a sleep dart on an Innovation, that would be absolutely huge. We'll go ahead, start spraying away from behind, gets a decent little bit of damage in.
Lastro's just ignoring him.
Yep, not going to be going for it yet. Oh boy, a Sombra battle across the distance. Not going to have too much damage coming out. Proper still going to be sticking through with the Genji here. There's Mugungwa operating on the far. It gets tagged up a little bit. Ning just going to be topping him up, constantly sticking to him like glue with that pocket coming through. Lugen falling low. We'll go ahead and translocate back. The rockets keep flying.
Yeah, Mugungwa with a nice angle here actually on Amy. He was going to have to back away. This is actually a great start for Meta Athena, given that StormQuake's not running an ult efficient comp, so they're not building as much as they would like to on this first push. Time is everything for them.
Push up here onto the high ground now, trying to disrupt. Rockets flying from phase. A little bit of damage, maybe even a pick off. Not going to be able to find it. Couple headshots there on the Modern. First tick going to be gained. StormQuake make their way in onto the point. Rejoin coming through now. Modern starts inching his way forward. Well, we're going to get popped. Playing up into the front. Good one, going to take it down. Lastro finds the kill. Deny a res from Name, that would be huge, but they cannot do so. Let's put the far up back into the fight. Modern, however, will get taken down. Soojin from the side finds that kill. Hack down on a Proper. Just trying to stay alive. Can still right-click in onto the backside of Hoon. Pops him out of the mech. Still going to be quite effective here and now, and Name is going to get taken down. StormQuake looking very strong on this first approach, but Proper hacked out. Can't do anything. Gets taken down. Still will be Meta Athena suffering the majority of the losses here. It's going to be 4:48 on the clock to get ready to push this card.
Can StormQuake maintain this time advantage? Achilios, is the big question. Looks like they're going to try to slowly switch their composition as ultimates become used, right? We'll see probably the armor pack onto proper here. Since the nano was supposed to be for that blade, didn't work out that way, but he holds the blade. He's going to look for Lastro on the Zenyatta here, since they're not going to actually be able to build a nano. They want the more ult-efficient comp against what Athena is running. If this first blade really pops, and they're able to win this fight before support ultimates are ready for Athena, they can get a great time here. Absolutely.
Well, let's go to the sound barrier in to help keep proper alive. Dashes into the backside, finds 2 kills instantly. Lastro will go ahead and pick up that third there on Innovation. A final swipe into Hoon, not enough to break the mech, but now they're going to be looking for it. Shield bash in on the name, takes him down as he was pushed way too far forward onto the card.
He's like, I did my job, I'm going back to the spot room so fast to swap heroes because we do not want to run in this anymore. Yep. I did exactly what this Genji is capable of, like to the maximum. Kill the supports before the ultimates are ready. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And then he is using his dash reset to get back home and become Zarya because they need to maintain that ult advantage.
Patrick nearly finding a long-range right-click kill there on the Lastro. Cart just in front of B now. Fantastic time, as you've been saying, coming through. If they can get this completion right here, Z-Bag gonna open things up with that Primal Rage. Modern taken down, isolated away from the rest of his team and his supports. 4 more smacks coming in. Hoon gonna get popped out of the back. The drop down there finds Mugungwa. Right click from Amy, taking out the Baby Diva. Chase forward, trying to get on the names. Can't quite finish them off, but it doesn't matter. They get the completion here onto B. 4:40 on the clock as Z-Bag gets ready to swap. He needs to
swap. This is so clean though. Look at the ults across the top of your screen. If you compare proper to Innovation, he's only 30% behind. They were super efficient with that first blade. They swapped immediately after. They didn't get hung up on the comp. They put Lastro on the Zen. He's got a Transcendence. This is just smart play from StormQuake start to finish here. Really loving this.
Well, Lastro finds the shot onto Apache, taking him out. Well, he has that Transcendence available. Modern has to get the heck out of there. We'll just be charging back over towards spawn, barely.
This looks like a free win. I mean, oh my god.
Look how far forward they are. And Z-Bag, he hasn't really built up that much percentage because everyone's been running away from him. The cart almost gets there 0.55 meters away before they are finally able to tag in. Ground's Search ready to go from Innovation, but he needs this one to land. Connects it into the cart. They need the bomb to pop off. Hoon dumps it, but he's not going to get a pick. And the Baby Diva's been killed off already. Shatter coming down. Modern locking him up. It's going to be Z-Bag taken out. Name able to find Amy and proper fall shortly before then. Athena trying to stabilize, Modern going low. Suljin trying to find that kill, but now it's going to be phase popped out of the mech. Suljin likely killed off here at the end. Does manage to find Apache. Baby Diva taken out. And that will be the cleanup. They finally are able to stabilize. So very close, but StormQuake, they still have an advantageous time bank. They can get this finish with it.
That was a really poor decision to stay on the cart, though. They should have backed all the way long before. It feels like, you know, sometimes when you're Brigitte, you could just win every fight because you heal yourself forever. But they just gave Innovation another grab. Modern's Shatter wasn't necessary, but it was safe, so I don't hate it, you know. But, like, StormQuake might have actually just burned through their entire time bank advantage because they don't have big ults to push this finally through.
Well, here we go. Shattered coming out from Z-Bag.
Nice charge.
The charge finds names. Fire strike through to the other side. Done up for the moment. Shield comes back up. Z-Bag is going to be swinging away. Has that Transcendence, keeping him topped up. The cart trying to inch its way back forward, but in here is going to be Hoon trying his best to delay. The sound barrier comes in right as he gets popped out of the mech. Not enough to keep him in. We're going to be swapping over to the Doomfist name. Now going to be going down. Innovation over onto that Wrecking Ball. They're trying to delay. And as he goes to the pile driver, as the pin comes through, StormQuake get the completion.
Definitely was a risky moment there, because if that shatter into the charged kill does not work out for Z-Bag there in the end, we're looking at Athena wins the time bank because they're going to have so much delay, as we could see there. I mean, in a terrible situation for them, they still were able to delay about 30 more seconds. So very close call there, but I have to go back to how clean StormQuake went from a failed Dragon Blade. They still got the point. They held the blade, switched everything else, used the blade perfectly. Then he immediately, I mean, I'm not messing around when I say he used his dash reset to get back to spawn, because he's like, I cannot be behind and grab Surge. We won this fight. We need to make sure we maintain this ult charge, stay even with Athena to keep up with their time bank. And that is precisely what they did. That was very good decision making by StormQuake. Good understanding of composition. A lot of players in that moment would have been like, all right, let's keep the Ana a little bit longer because we can get another Nano Blade. Like, we already have this momentum going. No, not in this meta. You have to swap, like, immediately. The reason why 3-3 is so meta is because it's just so sustainable. It's so good. It's got the best ultimates in the game right now. So you want to run it, you know, when you can, when it makes sense. So you got to switch so fast. This map is essentially reset now. And we're going to see that same Ana Brigida defense here with the Pharah from StormQuake. If they can buy the time they bought on A last time, we could see even potentially a full hold here, honestly.
Yep, only 32 seconds difference as Athena does start us off with the attack. We're on the side. Lastro just going to be spamming away, trying to keep everybody topped up, get some extra damage weaved in. Bionade tossed out. Defense Matrix taking that one away, but Apache does get popped again by Proper.
Yeah, now they're kind of corralled in an awkward position where best case scenario for Lastro, he gets a huge bio here. They're going to actually come back to the low ground, looks like. They're actually splitting up, yeah. This is great for StormQuake, though. They're like free time bank burn.
They're just trying to see exactly where StormQuake's posturing, but like you say, this does drain away from the clock. Apache, fortunately, can rejoin easily with the Fate ability, and also heal at range by tossing out that orb.
If Lastro gets a nano, that's a lot of time they're going to buy. They need to be careful about giving him bio grenade range. He's already at 78%.
And again, just tiptoeing back and forth. It's going to be the high ground approach here over onto the right side of the point. Boop coming down.
Nice.
Can't quite knock anybody off, though.
Yeah, nice knock
to stabilize.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. They actually all stayed on there.
Proper, though, going to be dropping in the barrage. Manages to find one as they shift around, turns around to the other side, gets Apache yet again. Now Innovation going to be gone. Lastro and Proper, the two casualties on the side of StormQuake here. Modern maybe in a position to get cleaned up, and it seems like, yeah, he will be taken out. 20 seconds remaining. Meta Athena, they have to sprint their way back to this point. Buy some time as they wait for the Rhine to arrive.
They've got good ults here. They actually kind of would have liked Lastro to go to the Lucio here, because this is actually a fight that in the longer term situation here, Meta Athena absolutely wins if they get a good grab.
But they don't have everybody together. They're still waiting on Modern. He's inching his way forward. See if he can make this one happen. Innovation going to be holding on to this ground here for the moment. FaZe, can he deny it? Hoon right now going to be taking a nap. Bomb up onto the high ground. FaZe not going to be able to find a pick. Coalescence up into the sky, trying to burn Proper down. Will not be able to do so. Graviton Surge will come through. Going to be a lockdown here onto Z-Bag as they try to pop him with that primal range up, but he's able to leap out, and Amy keeps him sustained.
Lastro's getting closer to another nano. He needs that, though.
Proper's got another barrage online. We're going to go down. Drops in. Innovation going to get popped. And no one is on the point.
What a tight hold from StormQuake here.
They arrived just a second too late.
Yeah. What a nail biter. I mean, quite literally in Solgan's case, it looks like, but he's just warming his hands up. That's actually what he's doing. You can see it's freezing cold in Korea. It's pretty warm in the studio, but still, you got to keep your hands warm in a situation like this. Z-Bag's playing the game of his life tonight. He got to play both the Reinhardt earlier. Li Zhang now he's able to play the Winston. Bought so much time on the first A defense, second A defense. He was critical in that role. Lastro, we have to give full credit where it's due. He built the fast nano in that first push, which is what really helped stave that off. Second push didn't even need it. And now StormQuake can end this with a Dragon Blade if they decide to go for that same attack. So far, our UI indicates that that is the plan of action. It was hacked out, EMP'd, so even though he had the nano boost last time, it only just affected his left clicks coming in. But he absolutely can win this game off of the Dragon Blade. He could not pull on the previous attack. And this is definitely something that Meta Athena knows. They're going to be running goats this time, so it's not going to be as easy for a Dragon Blade to pop off. It's not going to be as easy to get those Swift Strike resets. But Named and Apache need to be positioned well, or you know, things could snowball.
Yep. Well, here we go on the approach. Lastro fishing for a sleep, not going to be able to find a connection with that one. So Amy just starts pushing up over towards that high ground. Sujin going to be wrapping around this far left side.
If he can get a pick on a support, like, they win the game. So he's just kind of trying to figure out where everyone is.
Got Apache in his sights. Hack coming down. Instant reaction from Named, though. Fantastic boop from him.
Yeah, his whole job is to deny that.
Hack is going to be there onto Hoon, and just like that, he'll get popped out. One, however, does manage to get rid of that pesky Sombra, who can join in very quickly, but now Amy dropped. Means that this is going to be a nice little hold here. StormQuake will reset. A minute 45 remaining. Just that one tick is what they need.
The whole point of that push was to get a Dragon Blade. They got halfway there. You know, it's funny when you look at these as like little eco pushes for the ult, but he didn't get enough. They're gonna swap. It's an eco push that if it goes well, like you win the game. But didn't go well enough, so they're going to look for a different approach here with the Pharah. They're looking for the EMP into Barrage combo. You can build this one a lot faster than you can build a Dragon Blade.
Oh yeah, I mean he is just layering in this damage. Rocket after rocket, one getting jumped out, flips over the side. Modern
they're on the point.
Down.
Hello.
They're in onto it. They nearly have that tick coming through. Now Name going to be gone.
Seabag
just stops him out. Apache dead. There is nobody here to heal Hoon. He is the only one left onto the point. They pop him out and they will take it home. StormQuake put another win on the board here as they take Numbani.
Yeah, we were watching the Pharah ult build because that was the whole point of the push, but Z-Bag just decided the map was over, man. He got the triple kill on the point. They were zoned out by the Pharah rockets, so there was a disconnect between the supports that were stuck on the high ground and the tanks that were on the low ground getting blown away by that Winston. Really good play by Amy to make sure that Z-Bag would be topped up in that case to actually commit further to the fight, as he actually moved away from Proper at some point when Proper was just not taking any damage. StormQuake looks really good tonight, and the biggest issues we had with them last week was that Kaiser was going one way, the supports were somewhere else, the bubbles from the Zarya were just not there when he needed them to be. But with Z-Bag in the booth, or I wanted to not say booth, but
on the stage. In
the metaphorical booth here that we have on stage, with Z-Bag in the lineup, they look like they have really tuned a lot of their coordination. They're making really smart decisions. And for Meta Athena, man, this is the series they need to win. And this is their best map type. They didn't pick their best map, Hollywood, but Meta Athena's hybrid defenses have been by far their strongest point, and to get crushed like that on an extra round makes you feel like, wow, even what I'm best at isn't good enough for StormQuake. That's the reality. They're going to have to live with the rest of these next 2 maps, hopefully for their sake 3 maps, if they can bring us to that reverse sweep 5th game. It's a tough time to be a Meta Athena fan. I mean, there's just been failure after failure ever since Contenders started.
I was gonna say it's been a really tough time to be a Meta Athena fan for a while now,
yeah.
Wolf. All of 2018 has not really been that kind to them. Bellum, you could have been a Bellum fan, maybe just a Meta fan overall. We know that a lot of people out there aren't Meta fans right now, but you know, it is what it is.
For different reasons.
Yeah, different metas, you know. But yeah, I mean, 2-0 up, StormQuake already. They have doubled their map wins here at the beginning of this series. 1 more, and they will just go ahead and take it and finally put a win on the board, which means that Meta Athena would be one of the only remaining teams that doesn't have a win other than Gen G, and then our 2 teams getting ready to play in the 2nd series.
Yeah. I mean, only a win and a tie on hybrid, crushed on Numbani there in that extra round. They had such a good push on their attack.
Yep.
They got a decent time bank, but shut down in the end by just really good ult management there by StormQuake. I know it's a weaker opponent than what StormQuake has faced the last 2 rounds they fought, but I do feel, personally, I feel there's something different. Like they've leveled up in some way from week 2 to week 3.
All right, well, let's see if they can keep doing that here for the rest of the series. We're going to go to a quick break, guys. We'll see you in a couple minutes and figure out who is going to be taking this first series of the day.